Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Where did I come from again? I don't remember. This looks the same. I'm assuming this is the way I should be going to look for treasure. Oh yeah, look at that. 13,000 gold. Oh yeah, there's like a Giganto here. I don't think it comes yet. It comes later. But there's a Giganto here. I think I remember it being, it can like divide itself or something? The point is, I remember there being a Giganto monster in this area. It's like at the very bottom. Alright, I'm done doing encounters. We have so many areas to explore, we'll have plenty of chances. If I fight literally every encounter, then this playthrough is going to be a lot longer than I want it to be. And again, Xillia 2 is great, but we have a lot to do. The playthrough's already going to be long. We have a lot to do in Xillia 2. Oh, I got Setsuna. I didn't know I was looking for another cat. How about that? Warrior's Emblem, neat. Also, I think I'm more or less done with Labari Hollow. I made it to the bottom here, and I got most of the treasure. I probably didn't get every treasure, but I got the cats. The cats is all that really matters to me. Actually, wait, is there a third cat, maybe? Because there might be a third cat. Okay, no, there's only Setsuna and Mayo, so we're more or less done in Labari Hollow. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go to Jiandu, and we will probably head to Kanbalar, I guess. Everything Berseria gets right is what Zestiria gets wrong. Yeah, how did they nailed Berseria?
Marketing plan section 2. Tendencies in the
How on earth did they go from making one of the worst Tales games to one of the best?
This isn't about deceiving any.
Well, I'd consider like one of my least favorites to my second favorite Tales game. How'd they do it? It's actually crazy. It boggles my mind. And the thing is, I actually think like the connections to Berseria and Zestiria are actually really cool. Playing Zestiria and Berseria actually gives you some nice connections, but how on earth did they screw up with Zestiria and then Berseria they got it right? Berseria is like one of the best games to ever exist. Any enemies in the Mon Highlands? Oh wait, I can report. No, never mind. I don't have the bronze seal yet. Is there like these are all like Kukar ice caves and stuff. No Mon Highlands. This is Xillia Tundra. And this is Sapstrat Deep. We'll get that one later.
It's just sound business analysis.
I don't know the ideal time to get Sienna Bronc. We'll probably we could attempt.
Sweet! Could I be in better shape?
I don't know, could you? Also, how very Chandler of you. Plays Mila. Take Gaius out for a bit. Put in Alvin. Have not played as Mila in a hot minute. I didn't remember what arts you have here. Oh, I got Divine Streak. Oh wait, I already had that set. We got Whirling Assault. Let's go. And Death Knell. Blade Torrent's light. But at the same time, we have Divine Streak. Blade Torrent really only works if you're in the air, I feel. IMO. You know what? It's better than Shimmer Spin. Now I have some aerial stuff with Mila. Oh, I must have already turned it on. Nice. Jump cancel. Shining Prism. Relight. Amazing. Wave Smasher's pretty good. You can keep working on Dragon Swarm. If there's one for 2, I will gladly take 2 wind instead. Or just get Rain of Fire. Jude's had Rain of Fire for a hot minute. Upgrading Healing Circle and Pixie Circle seems worth. I'm gonna put Fertile Soil Plus on you. Wait. Okay, yeah, it's the same ones. I thought it wasn't for some reason. Momentary gain's good. You can keep working on that. What? Elemental points. Okay, you're relatively even on everything that's not light and dark. It's really funny. Ooh, maybe putting Radiant Fire on you would be better because you need all those elements. Yeah, because Alvin is a lot more like, it's just fire. He needs to work on fire. So I'm gonna put Flame on him. I think Rowan has had Flame for a while. Dagger Rhapsody. I guess I'll take all this Undertow stuff. And then... you could stay on Starfire Plus. That's fine. Did you start the next chapter yet? No. As I said, we have a ton of elite monsters and character episodes to do. We'll be lucky to even start the next chapter today. Maybe we will. It depends if I go for 5 hours or not. Also, once you're in the main chapter, I think you can't do any side stuff, so... I wouldn't be able to do all this if I started the chapter, because it specifically is like, hey, start the main story.
Doesn't look like they're here to
Oh,
shake
because we have
hands.
Alvin here? That's nice. I have fire somehow? I didn't realize I had fire on me. Get wrecked.
That's my girl.
Oh, Mila is such comfort food when it comes to playable characters.
Some fun.
It just feels so familiar. Because I haven't played Xillia 2 in like 5 years. I played Xillia 1
That's a
like
wrap.
2, 3 years ago. I don't know when my Xillia 1 playthrough was. It was like a while ago. It was like 3 years. No more than 3 years ago, I last played Xillia. And I also got the Platinum like shortly after that playthrough. There we go. I love Mila's gameplay. Mila is my favorite character to play as in like all of Xillia. Xillia 2 combined. Although Gaius is up there in Xillia 2, but between Xillia 1 and 2, Mila is probably my favorite. I love her aerial combos, her spells, everything about her is just, oh, so good.
Well, that's about it.
Bondi, okay people, it's clear our consumers enjoy Dawn of New World. Let's go ×2 on Zisteria. Yeah, exactly. Although, I know Dawn of New World's a spin-off, but always would rather play Zisteria than Dawn of the New World. I've gone on record to say this a lot, but I don't think Zisteria is the worst game to ever exist. It's just a bad Tales game. It's a bad Tales game. I don't think Zisteria is like one of the worst games. Like Zisteria is not worse than other bad games I played. But for a Tales game, it's bad for a Tales game. Which is where my opinion on it is.
Now we're getting it.
Like if you were like, oh, which would you like play Zisteria? Yeah, I'll play Zisteria if it's to get it on the channel, but I don't think it's like I don't think it's awful. It's just like for Tales of standards, very disappointing. Because these games are normally very good.
What are you looking at? Oh, you're dressed just like the Mila we know. I don't know about the color though. Really? Like I would know. Hey!
Man, I feel
Color just doesn't do it. But yeah, I don't even think Zisteria is like the worst game ever. It's just like a bad Tales game. A disappointment in the Tales of franchise. And you know, a series of like 17 games is gonna have some misses. You can't home run. You can't hit them with all... I don't know why I just said home run. I don't know what analogy I was trying to go for. But, you know, you can't always get a smash hitter game. What's this get me? Oh, right. Luminary Revolver.
Good work. Let the inferno engulf you.
Whoops. Flame Ring. I don't have Fireball anymore.
Get out of my way already.
Do I slap Fireball back on Mila? No, Flame Ring's really good for comboing. I should keep Flame Ring. I mean, having Fireball would be nice too, though. Wait, did I get the Art Sphere? Oh, you got Soaring Demon Fang. You did! Nice, we have the Art Sphere. One of my favorite things about Xillia, Xillia 2, and also Vesperia, you can set up to 16 arts. It is insanely hard to remember 16 arts, but having the option is incredibly nice. I also appreciate combo videos of this game. No, come back here and fight me. Combo videos for this game are very fun to watch. Because, you know, oh, so many art combinations you can do. Also, game is lagging, don't mind it. Hey, you're fine. Hell, you said no such thing. How dare you? I'll get wrecked. Ow. You and your chakrams are not enough to stop me.
Yay, we did it! We're the best! I've gotta get...
Oh, Crossfire level 2. By the way, minor, not a big spoiler, but I cannot wait to be able to take Luger out of the party, but guess what? You cannot take Luger out of the party for a really long time. It's like the very end of the game. You can take Luger out of the party. Again, Luger has cool gameplay style, but I like to have the option to take him out because there's so many characters in this game, but having to use Luger like limits you. Like, you can really only choose 3 to accompany you instead of 4 because Luger has to be here. But if I remember right, I'm pretty sure at the end of the game you can take Luger out. Hey, buddy. Hi there. Can I... Okay, that's weird. That's a weird hitbox. Yeah, I can't wait to be able to take Luger out of the party. Just to, like, do more Xillia teams. Like, so I can use, like, more variety. You know how many characters are in this game? It's so hard to balance them all. And, like, use everyone. Because I love all these characters. I think that was the only cat to find here, if I'm not mistaken. It was. Also, Roma's Mila. They're gonna switch me to Luger when I get to the town anyway. Yeah, okay, up there must be, one of them is like Xalian Woods Temple or probably the Kukar Ice Caves. Dragon. Give me this back attack. See if I care. I think back attacks give you more XP. Slightly.
Doesn't look like they're here to shake hands.
You don't know that, Alvin. Maybe they are. Don't judge a dragon by its cover. Come on. Maybe it does. Maybe it just wants to say hi and, you know, become our friend.
How stupid of me.
A gun? Oh, I don't have enough for Condemnation. Rip. Condemnation would have been the perfect gun move. Also, I don't know what this skill is that's giving me TP slowly, but I like it.
You ready? Let's finish this.
Cards were made to be broken.
Out of my way.
Yeah, it died.
You okay?
Just a bunch of fire, no big deal. Yo, Shining Prism.
Man, I feel
I honestly rather have that set than Divine Streak. Kanbalar. Kanbalar is where I have to be for the story. Or not the story. That's where I have to be for Carla's request. Ooh, here's a question that I shockingly haven't... Here's a question that I shockingly haven't, like, seen that much. What is my favorite combat system in Tales game? Now, I'm not necessarily going to people are probably like, oh, your favorite game is Graces. Yeah, but combat system alone is actually really tough. I actually don't know. It's probably... It's between Arise, Xillia, and Graces, I think. Like, my favorite combat system? I really like Arise. Its combat is great. Part of me wants to say Xillia because aerial combos are so fun. I don't know, dude. I never thought about that. Like, for combat alone, I'm probably going to say the Xillia games. Mostly Xillia 1 because it doesn't have the restrictive weakness system. I really like aerial comboing, and Graces and Berseria don't have... Graces and Berseria don't have aerial combos, and Arise brought them back. I like the games that you can do aerial stuff in. I'm gonna probably say Xillia. And if you want to include Xillia 2 in that, it depends. Because Xillia 2 is basically Xillia, but it has the weakness system, which is hit or miss. Then I'll say Arise number 2. Then I'll say Graces. And then probably Berseria. Now, I know what you're thinking, Nova. Your favorite Tales game is Graces. I still love Graces' combat, and Berseria's combat's also good too. But also, what makes those my favorite Tales games? The combat's fun, don't get me wrong, but it's also the characters, the skits, the stories they tell. Taking everything into account, Graces and Berseria are top 2 Tales games for me. But if you're just talking about like combat specifically, I probably prefer Xillia and Arise's combat just slightly to Graces and Berseria. If we're just talking about combat. So there's your answer. I'm probably going to say the Xillia games, then Arise, then Graces, and then Berseria. Which is kind of like my top 4s, but in a different order. Why is there an annoying fly here? Get wrecked. Who's your least favorite to play as in Xillia 1 or 2? Elise or Alvin, probably.
Guess who?
Probably Elise. I like to play as Elise when I get all the good skills, but... Probably Elise. Unless I'm forgetting a character. Get wrecked. You ready? Honestly, yeah, Tales of Combat, you really can't go wrong. The ones I like, I'm like, yeah, they're all fun. Tales of's raw concept is just amazing. Even Vesperia.
This is my power.
I'm hitting you all with a hot take, but Vesperia is overrated. I like Vesperia, it's a good game, but it is overrated. Its combat is like fun to an extent, but it has so many annoying things in it where I'm like, I would never pick Vesperia as my favorite combat because it has so many annoying things about it that bring it down for me. That being said, it's still fun. It's still a good Tales game. And it's got one of the best protagonists in Tales of, I would say. But at the same time, I would never pick its combat as like, oh yeah, its combat's the best. I know a lot of people would and say like, oh, the skill system adds so much depth, but Vesperia has things in it that annoy me. Mostly the way overlimit works and invincibility frames. Iframes in Vesperia are very weird and it's hard to combo properly. And also, overlimit is worthless until level 4. But then you get the games like Hearts and Abyss and Symphonia where like their combat, it's still Tales of, but they're not like my favorite combats, but they're still fun. Man, I think on average, Tales of just has really fun gameplay, so you really can't go wrong with any. Even Zestiria is like fun to an extent. Zestiria's combat is even fun to an extent. It's not like the best, but I wouldn't be bored playing Xillia's combat, like fighting bosses in it. I would have a pretty good time because it's still Tales of.
Finish this.
Get wrecked.
Blueber's got you. Blueber's got you. Windblade. Windblade.